Yo, 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 what up? It's Mrs. Zoo Nation coming at you with something interesting. I don't know what to call this yet. Now, this kind of contains spoilers for the recent episode of Vanguard G Crisis, so if you have not seen the episode, watch it. Because I'm not about to spoil anything. I'm just gonna come out and say it. There's a new motherfucking mechanic. There is a new mechanic, or there's going to be a new mechanic, and apparently everybody saw that shit. Sokaha was about to get fucking triple credit, and all of a sudden she comes out with a thing called G Guardian. I'm about to sacrifice my heal trigger and get a 15k shield. I know I'm not the only person that was fucking blown away when I saw that. I was like, the moment I saw that heal trigger in her eye, I was like, some fuck shit is about to go down. Some fuck shit is about to go down, and apparently I was right. Now, this raises a lot of questions and a lot of theories and a lot of concerns, so let's get right into that. First, how is this going to make or break the game? In my opinion, I highly doubt it's going to make or break the game. I highly doubt it's going to break the game in any way possible. However, I do think that this sets back certain decks. A prime example would be like Spike Brothers. We all know, for anybody who's played Vanguard for a long time, since around the beginning, or at least before season 4, Spike Brothers was pretty much an interesting deck because it was always around their so-called quote-unquote rush down tactic. Pretty much one of the most devastating tactics that the game has ever provided, because if you survived it, you probably had little to no hand, or you probably don't survive it, and it gets up to a point where, in my opinion, it's one of the very few strategies in the game where you have to lay out how you're going to defend these attacks. And the only problem about the deck back in the day was, if the opponent had enough 10k shields, they would survive their rush down tactic attack. But here comes Legion era, where the rush down tactic attack, most of the attacks were over 20k. It became a whole different story. It became a whole new ball game, especially with the new shit that they just came out with, is even worse. I know for personal experience, that shit is bad to go against. Matter of fact, the last time I went against it, I thought I've blocked everything. I thought there was going to be like 7. I thought there was going to be like 7 attacks in total, when in reality it was 8, and that 8 one hit hard because that was nearly 50k. I lost the match because of that. And not to mention that before the first attack even started, I was at 2 damage. That's how bad it was. But outside of that, I think this G Guardian thing is just probably going to set it back to the days to where if you had enough 10k shields, you're probably going to survive this. Now that we have 15k shields, now you're probably going to survive attacks like that a lot sooner. Not to mention, everybody's over there being all that super craze about that new Kagero card that allows you to get an extra drive check. So I guess that's pretty much one of the answers to that as well. But I do think that this is also going to be a problem for other things. Now notice that it hasn't, even though it's kind of still new, they haven't necessarily say it has to be a heal trigger. As far as we know, as in right now, it has to be a heal trigger that you have to discard. This doesn't really cause a lot of problems until you realize Oracle Think Tank and Angel Feathers are the only two clans in the game that has recyclable heal triggers. That means they probably have more uses for G Guardian than probably any other deck in the game right now. That's ridiculous. They have a recyclable use for heal triggers. They have a dry check and a damage check version to use their heal trigger with, and now they have a G Guardian version to use with the heal trigger. And I don't not necessarily know about Angel Feathers. That, as far as I know, nobody's really using the Legion and Angel Feathers, but I know for damn sure a lot of people are using Jelly and Oracle Think Tank. I know for damn sure that's true. Even if you're not playing Battle Systems, I know people are using Jelly still. Well, that's just me, but still. Um, one thing I will probably, one thing I probably do hope that it happens, because we already know that this is, they're not going to make any more slots for the G unit. So for the G zone, so we know for damn sure it's just going to still stay at 8. Everybody's probably going to use 2 at most, in my opinion. I highly doubt anybody's gonna like fill a half of them with G Guardians, especially with a deck like Gear Chronicle or Kagero that has a lot of options handed to them. I highly doubt they're gonna do that, but this shit is gonna be actually interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be interesting to see, and one thing I do think that, like I said, is a problem is, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of retardedness with this. More likely, everybody's gonna be playing too, and in my opinion, I think they should just make it to a Sentinel. I'm not gonna lie. We have 10k shields. We have Sentinels. We have both Perfect Guard and Quintet Walls, even though nobody's really using Quintet Walls anymore. Even people who's playing Legion hardly even uses Quintet Walls anymore. Like, Quintet Walls at this point is like a budget situation. And now we got G Guardian, which is even worse. Which pretty much is going to kill, in a way, is going to kill power plays, which that's probably the one problem I have with it. But at the same time, we have shit like Sin Buster and a bunch of other cards that doesn't allow grade 1s or higher to hit. So I guess that's a plus in a way. We have a lot of decks now that are starting to get that whole, oh, you can't block with grade 1s or higher in the hand situation. So I guess in a way the G Guardian is like the next best step, because now we have the choice of blocking grade 0s, intercepting with grade 2s on the field, and now the G Guardian, which for damn sure is going to be like a 15k plus shield, unless if like you're going against the Simbuster combo and they so happen to dry check a grade 3, then you're fucked. Then they damn for sure getting through. All they gotta do is dry check one grade 3, because I highly doubt they're probably gonna let you use 2 G Guardians in one attack. I highly doubt it. And even if you could, it is a very rare chance that you're gonna have 2 heal triggers a waste, along with a bunch of other triggers to block all that, block everything like that. So it's even worse if you really think about man, that's ridiculous. Actually, I do think it should be a Sentinel, and it will be actually be a good thing, because now it gives you more room to use other grade 1s instead of having all of your rear guard your grade 1 slots being filled with Strive Fodder and Sentinels and one of the techs. I mean, yeah, the full set of one of the techs of the deck and like only three other slots to work with. I mean, that gets ridiculous after a while. Like it clogs up a deck a lot if you really think about it. Is I highly doubt it's gonna be super broken. It sounds broken at first, but I think there's gonna be like a side effect to it. I think there's gonna be a lot of side effects to it. Like I highly doubt they're gonna say. Well, actually, judging by the thing, I was gonna say the whole block of gray zeros, but she was about to hit her with a silent time, so of course that's gonna get through gray zeros. I would probably say the worst side effect of everything at the moment will probably be we're now going to get more broken shit. We're probably going to get more cards that prevents you from blocking with gray ones or higher from the hand, or blocking with gray zeros from the hand. It's probably going to become more common now. I mean, look at Tachikaze. They have a unit, a grade 2 common unit, that if it's engorged, then you can't block with grade zeros. And I've been setting up some stupid ass plays with that, and trust me, that is one of the few cards that you do not want to. Like, I think low key, in a way, you can get away with it better than the Silent Tom treatment, especially with that stand trigger, and you try to especially with that stand trigger, yeah, you can pretty much get away with that hot better than Silent Tom at certain cases. But that's just me. That's just my opinion on the G Guardian. Um, I know like a lot of people are surprised. I know like a lot of people are kind of pissed, but I guess until we get more information on it, I highly doubt that you should really freak the fuck out right now. Like I will admit, I freaked the fuck out when I saw that. I was like, if this ain't some most plot armor bullshit I've ever seen, no, I will admit that I freaked the fuck out. But I highly doubt this is going to be like the biggest thing. This is going to be like the biggest threat ever. But unless if my theory is true and we're going to get more units that prevent you from blocking from hand, then that's when it becomes a problem. But that's just me. That's just my take on it. If you enjoy the conversation, like, comment, subscribe. This is Mrs. Zoo Nation signing out.